Well, that was odd. Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Today, I've got this video that's been trending of a Biden rally where he conveniently overlooks a girl. I mean, she is right in his face, and he goes to everybody else and takes selfies with them. Before we get back to the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure your notifications work and watch the video to the end. Now, let's get to it. So I saw this just recently, some hours ago. And I'm like, what's the big deal with this video of this girl that is at a Biden rally? If you look at her face, she is a bit more than disappointed. She was smiling like this in his face, and he just went right past her. When I first saw this, I gotta admit, I was like, well, let's not say he's racist. He's racist for other reasons, okay? So because of those other things, then this could be, an issue right here. But if this were anyone else, I wouldn't think anything of it, because it could just be like, I don't know, your focus just tends to be on someone else, maybe. I don't know. There have been plenty of times I've been in a crowd and I'm trying to get someone's attention and they don't really look at me. They're looking at someone else. That's happened to me more than once. But because it's Joe, and my nickname for him, Jim Crow Joe, then yeah, this probably could be the case because it's him, because of his history. But anybody else, I would have said, it's just a human mistake. It's just an oversight. Nothing here, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. But look at her face. Just look at her face. It is very much disappointed. Now, he's paying attention to everybody else. So let's continue watching. And so he's taking pictures with other people. And the girl, if I'm going to just rewind this back a little bit, other ladies, now she's touching him, trying to get his attention. She said something. She touched his arm, but he's engaged in the other conversation. I always like to think the best of people, but again, this is Joe. The word on the street is that the reason Jim Crow Joe ignored this young girl, and clearly she's a Black girl, is because he doesn't like Black people. That's what other content creators are saying. I'm hoping Jim Crow Joe has evolved, but nothing he has done policy-wise has shown me that. Again, when it comes to who people are, who they show you they are, believe them. When people show you who they are, believe them every single time. Not what they say, not what they say they are, but what they do. That's when you believe them. And policy-wise, we know Jim Crow Joe's history with the crime bills that he wrote himself. And if you've seen my video of Jim Crow Joe, it's like a compilation of videos from the far past unto almost the exact present day today of him saying racist things out of his mouth. Even one time in Congress, he said, we're arresting people for everything except jaywalking. Except jaywalking, that means you're being too strict. Okay? He said some and done some horrible things. And yet, he gets a pass because it's Democrat. And their policy is always to try and make the Republicans look worse without actually focusing on them and their shortcomings, which are many, by the way. The Democrats have a very racist history. And the reason they use racism against the Republicans is to make you forget, and also to make you think somehow that the parties switched when they actually did not switch. So that's how they do, the Democrats. That's how they do. And they'll get a black face, okay, like mine, and as many diversity check boxes as possible, and use that person to keep us subjugated. That's what they do. And it's worked. Okay, it's the old overseer method that they used during slavery times. You're going to get a little bit more, freedom, a little bit more perks than the rest of them, but you keep these in line to the way I want them to be. And that's the old overseer method that the Democrats currently still use today. And unfortunately, it has worked. And they did it in slavery times. That's how I know the parties didn't switch. And plus, they don't want you to know how to read, which was a thing that they didn't allow slaves to do back in the day. And they keep our children in poor performing public schools where, guess what? They can't read on grade levels. So it's the same party, and they're promoting these sick, twisted agendas. And I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I'm going off on a tangent, okay? Democrats were the party of slavery and bigamy, which is another sexual sin, bigamy. And they're the ones that still promote different sorts of sexual things today. That is, don't believe what people tell you. Don't believe what these faulty internet sites tell you, because they're owned by the demon rats as well. Media is owned by the demon rats, and Hollywood and the public school system. And coincidentally, Hollywood, the public school system, and the media all promote different forms of sexuality. It's amazing how similar they are. That is amazing, don't you think? So in this instance, this young girl seemingly was very much overlooked, and you saw the look on her face. Now, I don't know what Jim Crow Joe was thinking. Now, I will say this, he's got some problems. Maybe he just wasn't, I don't know. I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt in his old age. Any of us can see Jesus at any time, but he needs himself to repent and get right with the Lord, because sometimes people who have this particular condition that Joe Biden seemingly has, they deteriorate rapidly. And you've seen he's only been president not even the full 4 years yet, and he's drastically different than what he was at the beginning of his term. And look where he is now, frozen. And I'm not picking, I'm just saying something needs to be done. This is elder abuse. You all tell me what you think of this video. Do you think that it was just a shun on the girl because she's a black girl, or do you feel like it was an innocent oversight, considering, Jim Crow Joe's issues that he's having cognitively? Give me your comments. Well, thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Now, I'm on my way to 40,000 subscribers, and I thank you all so much for being so supportive. My numbers are really clicking up. Now, also join me on Rumble at ChatWithMeLindaB, but type it in as one word, please. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, X, Patreon is Chat With Me, Linda B. And also, I love emails, chatwithmeLindaB@gmail.com. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.